Today I'm here to show you how easy it is to install SloanLED LEDStripe. LEDStripe is an LED-based large profile border tubing product. It has become the border tube system of choice for many retail, restaurant, and lodging chains. One of its unique features is its daytime color. LEDStripe can be used to add architectural definition to any building or structure. LEDStripe can be mounted to any surface that will accommodate conventional fasteners. If you have questions about the information in this program, ask your supervisor or contact us at SloanLED as we are happy to assist you. Before we get started, it is important to remind you to watch this complete video and to read through the install guide before starting. Doing this can save you time and money. It is a good idea to do a pre-site visit. This will help you survey materials needed for the job. Make sure to check electrical building codes, as these may be more stringent than federal codes. It is always important to stay compliant with all these codes. Tools and supplies. You will need the following supplies shown here. Refer to your install guide for the complete list. If you're installing in an exterior location, make sure conduit connectors are rated for outdoor use. As part of SloanLED's commitment to customer service, we offer a free layout service for all of our products. You can get a custom SloanLED layout through our customer service department. This will be extremely helpful in determining the number and lengths of LEDStripe sections and power supplies required for your installation. You will also want to refer to an architectural drawing or a field survey of the building to determine where LEDStripe is to be installed. At the job site, determine the length of each side of the building or continuous straight run where LEDStripe will be installed. Break these lengths into sections of 30 feet or less. This will help you identify where your power supply will be located, as a power supply runs two 30-foot lengths. Make sure to disconnect power before servicing or installing any electrical product. To install the mounting buttons, snap a chalk line on the mounting surface where the center of the LEDStripe will run. Space the mounting buttons 1.5 inches from the end of each LEDStripe section and every 24 inches on center throughout the length. To install LEDStripe sections onto buttons, slide in or roll onto LEDStripe mounting buttons with the center bracket facing up. Next, you will need to secure the section in place using number 8 pan head screws to secure center bracket once all the sections are located on the mounting surface. Drill pass-through hole for power hookup. The best place for the pass-through holes are every 30 feet. Remember, if installing in temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, leave a gap between each section to allow for expansion at warmer temperatures. If the temperature is warmer than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, butt the ends up together. Be careful not to compress the end caps. For hard-to-reach areas or when installing custom bends, SloanLED offers an optional slide and mount rectangular mounting button. Slide mounting button onto the back of the LEDStripe and use a panhead screw to secure to the wall. Corners should be installed with one section overlapping the other. Optional corner covers can be snapped into place. LEDStripe was designed to make field cuts easy. LEDStripe can be cut in the field in approximate 3-inch increments. To cut a section, measure the length you need from the large connector to the cut mark nearest the required length. Use a hand or power miter saw to cut on the black cut lines. Make sure to read the label for the proper side to cut. After cutting the side with the small connector, that side is scrap. Before applying the glue, quickly deburr the end. Apply Weld-On 16 around the end of the cut, being sure to cover the entire cut surface. Fit end cap to cut edge. Press the end cap onto the extrusion and make sure it is aligned with the cover, the entire extrusion opening. Hold a light amount of pressure and let it dry at least for 5 minutes. Masking tape can be used to maintain pressure on the cap for the curing period. SloanLED offers optional joint covers and corner covers. Power supply connection. You are now ready for electrical connections. Refer to the wet location 24-volt DC power supply guide included. Make sure to check local electrical building codes. It is always important to stay compliant with all codes. Remember to make sure to disconnect power before you service or install any electrical product. Identify primary wires, secondary wires, and the location of the mounting tabs. Secure power supplies to a junction box. Power supplies may be joined together in a wide array of configurations. See the install guide for examples. For wet locations, use a junction box that is UL listed for wet locations. For dry locations, use any UL listed junction box. You will need to have a licensed electrician connect the primary. You will notice that on the power supply it only has one leg for the secondary connections. Connect 2 independent legs of 30 feet or less to this one output leg. No need to worry about the polarity, as this product is insensitive to positive and negative leads on the DC power supply. It is important to note that you need 2 legs of 30 feet to get 60 feet on one power supply. This cannot be done with one leg. To join wire connectors together, make sure the tab is aligned with the locking clip. Once connected, hide wires behind the LEDStripe section. Use joint covers to cover all joints. Seal all wall penetrations with silicone to avoid water damage. To ensure adequate ventilation, it is recommended to mount power supplies without any secondary enclosure. Space power supplies by standard knockout locations. The SloanLED 24-volt DC power supply is wet, damp, and dry rated and does not require a secondary enclosure. It is important to ensure power supplies are not overloaded by verifying output current is less than 4.2 amps. It is recommended to use photocells or a timing device to make sure power supplies are off during the daylight hours when the sign illumination is not needed. The daytime value of this product will still provide a colored border even if it's not illuminated. Well, that's it. Power up and make sure everything is working. We designed LEDStripe to be easy to install, and if you follow these instructions carefully, you shouldn't experience any difficulty.
We'd like to thank you for using LEDStripe. For more information about this product and others, please visit our website at www.sloanled.com.